Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
Hey, your favorite time of the week.
Friday episode.
Yes.
My favorite episode, not the most favorite of the week, though.
I wonder why that is.
I think it's just because of where it lands, like I said.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Man, tune in, you guys. Come on. Still Friday, still a weekday.
Yeah, or else I'm not going to do the Fridays.
I know.
No, but they're still good. They're still good. It's just that for whatever reason, Monday does better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if maybe our content is different.
I have to do a midweek one day. See how it goes.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of work. You find me a producer, we'll do a midweek.
Things work.
Yeah. It's
having a nice body is work. Walking is work. Watching your macros is work.
Yeah, it's work. Or I could teach you how to edit and then you can do it.
Sure.
That would be good. That would be real good.
But the point that I'm making, though, is nothing comes easy in life. Everybody wants the easy way.
No, I know. But there's only so many hours in the day, too.
Of course. So much bandwidth.
I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Thank you, everyone, for leaving us a 5-star review. If you haven't, and you're listening to us, that's how you support us.
Yes. By
leaving us a review in Apple Podcast. The link is in the description. And then, of course, subscribing to this channel, commenting, liking, and sharing. And then, of course, supporting our other content as well. So following our Instagram. I don't think we talk about it that often here, but we have a Candidly with Coffee Instagram.
We do.
So it's
talk about
at candidly_with_coffee. So you could follow us there. There's a highlight saved there of some funny candid combos. We used to have conversations in the car on the way to get coffee at Starbucks.
Yeah, we need to do that again.
I know. Those were good. I have a highlight of those. You guys should check those out.
We talk a lot of shit behind the scenes.
Follow us over there on Instagram and then our own Instagrams too, which I have 2 of them. One is MRSCEOJ. That actually is like my original Instagram. And that is where I put like my fashion and beauty, self-care type stuff. Then Jay's Body Bootcamp is my fitness related one, and then you have 2 also.
I have 2. One's mainly the car page, but I started posting some fitness stuff on there. Mike's Classics and More was my original page.
Yeah.
Mainly for muscle cars and whatnot, but I like to post other
things.
And then I have Esco Elite Fitness. That's my fitness page.
Yeah. And then Mike also just dropped a video on YouTube about his high blood pressure and dealing with high blood pressure.
Yes.
So I'll actually link that here on the video up here so you guys can click on that and take a look at that. And I'll also link it in the description. Anyways, and coming up on this episode, we are going to give you a Mots-C update and just an update on our current weight loss journey. So stay tuned for that. Before we get into that, how's everything else going?
Good.
How's Savage Hour?
Good. Today I got up a little later, about 4:40 or so.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to crack open a Diet Coke.
Let them hear it, though.
I know, because there's something ASMR about it.
That crack, see?
Oh, it's the best. You just asked me, do you want it in a glass? And I was like, no, I want to crack open.
So anyways, it's going good. 4 a.m. I'm up. I know it's a little early for you, but it's the challenge of it that I do it for. You know, the discipline. Because it's so easy to fall off and find excuses and cheat the game, as me always say, find shortcuts. So if I do all the hard shit eventually becomes easy. It's second nature, autopilot.
It's true. Or then you just have more confidence in your ability to do hard things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
I am a mini savage.
You're still a savage.
I'm not a savage. I'm a mini savage. I get up in the 5 o'clock hour.
That's not true, though. You were getting up between 3:30 and 4, taking her to the bathroom. Sometimes you stay awake. But...
No, I know, but I don't choose to do that. I choose to be a mini savage. I like the 5 o'clock hour. So 5 a.m., 5:15, 5:30, right around there is perfect for me. Yeah. But yeah, you get all worked up in the morning.
I gotta weigh myself. I gotta go.
I know, but I don't think I'm being unreasonable.
But I want to get to the gym by 6. I want to do my program.
That's nice. But I don't think it's unreasonable for you to wait until 5 a.m.
5, that's it. No longer than 5, though. You gotta go. Your daughter's up early. Your future son-in-law's up early.
You guys have no idea. This guy is a madman. I posted that video. I'll put it up here because it's hilarious. Of the 2 parrots on a branch. That is us in the morning. Mike is just wiggling his.
That's not true. I'm half
shaking
asleep.
his tail feather. Come on, I gotta go. I got on my program, on my journey, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like rolling out of bed. I need some caffeine. I need a little bit of.
myself and hold myself accountable. The scale's got my name on it every morning.
I know, but the scale, the name will still be there at 5 a.m.
But I want to go. That's it.
I'm a mini savage, like I said.
I want to be in the gym by 6 a.m. because I want to be there till 8. I need 2 hours to do my program.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Pray for me.
Sorry. Just who you married, a dude who's a savage. Get after it.
You are very intense.
I have to live the life that I speak. Hey, I'm like Wes motherfucking Watson. I've been to prison and everything.
Okay, I get that.
I am intense.
Okay, but I'm not asking for too much.
No, I know. Yeah.
I'm totally okay with you coming in, flicking on the bathroom light or whatever, 5 a.m. or later. Because that helps me. When you flick on the light, that's the best way to wake up, by the way.
Yeah.
Light.
Light.
Not noise. Light. So if you want to wake me up, turn on the bathroom light, and I will just gently wake up that way. But a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's noise. Alarms are like the worst thing.
They are.
The worst way to wake up. You'll wake up with the jolt of cortisol and adrenaline.
Yeah, you need light.
Because it's shocking and jarring to the body.
And people who sleep in when the sun shines, but they're in pitch black, open up your blinds, for sure. Get that vitamin D stimulation, whatever,
Yeah, it does.
But you need light.
It's the best way.
That's
so 5 a.m. or later.
Just like you need at nighttime, turn the lights off.
Yeah.
You need to power down.
Yeah, like I've been giving. So you guys, I promised I would give you guys an update on the no phone thing, and it has been glorious. Glorious. I have been
you've been sleeping like a
sleeping
champ, to say the least.
8 solid hours and just not struggling like, oh, I want to fall asleep. I hope I fall asleep. Just falling asleep.
Don't fight it.
It's been amazing. Although yesterday was the first time that couple of times during my show, I put the phone away and then I watch a show in bed. But a couple of times I felt myself wanting to reach for the phone because I was watching a live show and there was commercials. So during the commercial, I wanted to reach for my phone. And I was like, no.
That's what we created.
Yeah.
Addiction and autopilot.
Yeah.
I'm guilty as fuck.
So I didn't, though.
I'm going to take your advice. 7 o'clock, put the phone down. No more
scrolling. So 2 hours before you want to be sleeping, there should be no scrolling.
No.
If you want to be sleeping, no scrolling.
No.
And
Read a book, watch a little telly, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it.
Reading is the best. That absolutely knocks me out quick. Like
my Kindle, I've gotten my Kindle here by the bed with my glasses, and I have it in the dark mode, so there's like very little light off the page. And the Kindle doesn't give off the light that generates melatonin.
Yes, it doesn't, no. It's
a special lighting on the Kindle to mimic actual book.
Yeah.
And that's been beautiful. So I highly recommend giving it a try. I talked about this with you earlier. We need boundaries as humans. I just talked about this with my clients yesterday. We had a whole coaches chat about it.
We do.
We need boundaries in life. And anything in our lives that we have not set boundaries on, chances are we are going to abuse it at some point.
And you know what you guys should do? And I'm going to do it. I'm pretty sure it's on Instagram. Can we check how much time we're on?
I get a report from mine, yeah.
Screen time or any kind of time? We need to be held accountable on that.
Yeah,
too.
but mine is skewed.
You have to be on there.
Because
so do
I work.
We do business. So do I.
I work on my phone. So that won't really help me a whole lot because the screen time could just mean I was really busy with work and editing videos and things.
I mean, yeah. That's the
But my boundary is like if I'm not working, if I'm putting away my laptop at dinner time, it's time to put my phone away too. I can still get calls, like if I have an emergency with my dad or family, on my watch, but I don't need to be on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't need to be on social media. That is, so that's where for me around 6:30 is when I put it away. And I like to be asleep by 8:30 if I'm being honest. So 6:30, I'm finishing up dinner. I get into bed about 7. I watch a show till about 8:15 and then read for a little bit and I'm asleep at 8:30 and I'm up at 4:35. That's ideal.
Yeah.
That's perfection for me.
That's all you need. You don't need more than that. If you're sleeping 8 hours and it's 5 a.m. and you've already got 8 hours, maybe plus, that's enough. There's no more. What do you need more for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good enough.
And whatever, you got to make it work with your schedule. So whatever your schedule is.
Yeah, everybody has different schedules.
But
somebody messaged me on YouTube and was like, man, good job. I get up at 2:45 to 3 because she has to knock her workout out early. Everybody's different. I got kids, school, work.
Okay, moving on to Comment Corner. This one comes to us from Heather Lee 8599. She said, she was commenting on episode 440, by the way, changing your mindset about the scale. As usual, I loved this episode. I agree with you 100% that editing photos and then claiming that a product gave them the results we're seeing is completely unethical. I feel the same way about public figures and Ozempic and semaglutide. If they don't want to admit they are taking it, that's their right. but it isn't right for them to claim it's diet and exercise either. Thank you for being an honest source of motivation for realistic results, as opposed to making women feel bad about themselves as they work hard but don't end up looking like the celebrities or influencers who are actually just con artists. And I'm going to add on this. I replied to her comment and I couldn't agree with her more.
Yeah.
Now, I do also believe, I don't feel like everybody has an obligation to come out there and say, hey, look, you guys, I went to the doctor and this is what I'm taking. However, where I agree with this comment is she's saying they don't need to do that. But if asked and then they answer with an answer that's not truthful,
yes,
that's where you have the problem. So, for example, Erica Jane.
Yes. Come on.
She was asked by Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live, so are you on Ozempic too? Is that how you lost all your weight? And she goes, no.
Oh.
And she got like defensive about it. And I'll put up a picture of her. Her legs are this skinny.
You could tell it's an Ozempic body. Why is me and her as trainers? I'll let you explain why we could tell.
No, but let me finish the story. So she said it, and he goes, really? Then what is it? And she goes, I've been exercising. Okay. And then she goes, and menopause. That's what she said.
Oh.
And I'm like, hold up.
Big lie.
Since when does menopause cause you to lose weight? Because give me some of that menopause.
Yeah. Where's this new menopause? Because every time women talk about menopause, nothing but weight gain.
No, so it was like, no, you listen. I would have had more respect for her if she said, you know what, Andy?
She's capping.
I choose to keep that personal and private. Yes, I'm on a journey and I've lost some weight. Thank you, but I choose to keep it private. More respect for that than lying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's compare Emily Simpson from Real Housewives of Orange County. She was asked by Jeff Lewis, so you're on Ozempic, whatever. She goes, you know what? I did get on Ozempic and it jump-started my journey. She goes, I was on it for 2 months or whatever. I lost X amount of weight. I don't know what she said. And it jump-started my journey, got me motivated again. And now I'm off of it, but I am living a healthy lifestyle. I'm not drinking alcohol. I am in the gym every day, and I have just discovered this love of fitness. And she posts her workouts every day. She's in there getting it in at the gym. Yeah. She was honest, though. She goes, you know what I did? I used it to jumpstart my motivation, but in order to keep it off, you have to put in a lot of work to keep it off.
It reminds me of something different, but it reminds me of the era where I come from, the bodybuilding community era, where dudes are like, I'm all natty. Bro, stop it. You're juicing through the gills. Right. That protein powder and creatine didn't get you like that, please.
I know.
And what's false is if they're promoting that and they're like being sponsored by a company.
Exactly.
I told you, that should be a crime either civilly or criminally.
I think it probably will end up, they're probably going to create some laws.
They do.
Like a Federal Trade Commission type thing, an FTC or
Nicole
something
Smith
like
got
that.
in trouble for promoting that weight loss. I can't remember the name.
I don't know what the details are of that, but yeah, I think something like that is coming for sure.
It should.
All right, next comment is episode 437 was the fitness trends worth trying or not. Rachel Weaver 7802 commented. She says, I can't eat sugar. It triggers binges for me. My appetite is much better regulated without it, and I feel much better without it in my diet. Whoever can eat sugar in moderation, more power to you. I wanted to touch on this comment because, and I can't remember what we talked about in that exact episode, but we have discussed it before where some people do operate better as abstainers.
Yes.
Some people are abstainers and some people are the type that need a little bit to be satisfied of something. The most important thing is to find what you are and don't let anybody else tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that because then it's going to cause this and this, or you should do it this way. You have to find what works best for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Sorry. When we first started dating, I'll tell a story and you were like, damn, this guy has no snacks, no chips.
Yeah, I was like, do you have any snacks?
This girl is trying to corrupt me because I have an addiction to chips. Not like that, like I gotta have it, but if they're in the house, I can crush a bag easily, especially if it's Doritos.
Yeah. I would be at his apartment. And see, I didn't realize I was unleashing a monster at the time because I am someone who had developed
life.
I had developed the skill to do things in moderation. And I would be at your apartment and be like, do you have a snack? And I couldn't believe this man, 2 men living there, did not have a single freaking decent snack in the house.
I mean, dude was competing. My roommate at the time, Eric, so he was really watching.
All they had was protein and rice.
And I was training with Muay Thai all the time, wanted to fight, so I was always staying in like lean shape. So I didn't want anything to hinder my, my abilities to my goals.
And then we started to go to the store together, and we would get like snacks or Doritos. I did not know I was unleashing the chips beast.
I didn't even have alcohol in my house, in my apartment.
And we never drank at your apartment though.
No.
But the snacks, but I do remember you didn't have snacks, but you made me discover my love of the PB&J because you did have bread and you had peanut butter and jelly, and you made me the absolute best peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you guys, this was my first time discovering my love of peanut butter. Do you realize that? Do you know that before that I did not like peanut butter?
Hey, pipe in the comments. I want to know how many guys are PB&J people.
I have that right there because I was so craving a snack, and you made me peanut butter and jelly, and it was the most delicious PB&J, still probably to this day, that I've ever had.
It wasn't that special.
Because you put it on thick. You put a lot of peanut butter.
I loaded it up. Probably.
Loaded it up. And you had this multi-grain bread that I had never tried either.
Soft, yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's okay to be an abstainer if you find that works best for you in your life. The message here that I just want to convey is find what works for you.
That's it.
And do that. And don't let people tell you otherwise.
No.
Like, oh, you shouldn't actually do it that way. You should blah, blah, blah. You should do what works for you.
Don't listen to people, man.
At the end of the day, you can listen to all kinds of different get ideas from people, but if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. All right, moving on to Hold My Coffee. Hold My Coffee is a TikTok comment. So somebody commented on...
Another Hold My Coffee, huh?
Yeah. Somebody commented on my TikTok video, and it said... I wish you women would stop getting these terrible face fillers. You look swollen.
What's the name of this person?
Gigi.
No? Gigi.
It's a dude, I think, because he said you women.
Oh.
I just think that is so funny.
Dude, even worse.
Because I don't have... He was talking about my cheeks, that my face is swollen.
Idiots, huh?
Yeah.
God.
Anyways, I did do a rebuttal video and posted it. Like on TikTok, you can reply with a video. And I was just like, okay, first of all, I don't have facial fillers. This is my chubby cheeks. Got it from my mama. Second of all, it's still not okay for you to comment even if somebody did. Yeah. Like it's their own business, their own face.
Yeah, who are you? You don't own women.
What if I like a swollen face?
Yeah, like you're in charge. Like your opinion matters. People always got something to say.
I know.
I want to slap these fucking idiots through the fucking screen. Shut up.
So annoying.
Damn. Just shut up.
So annoying.
They're always worried about how people look or what they do to themselves. So what? It ain't you. What do you care?
It's not you.
What do you care? I'm sure probably people look at me like, why does that guy have all those tattoos whole body? Because I fucking feel like it. That's
I don't understand why people
I'm going to get more. Why do you need more? Because I feel like it.
What triggered me in the way he wrote it was like, you women.
Yeah.
Like he was like a woman hater.
Yeah. Simp.
Why do you women?
It's a simp.
Yada, yada.
Exactly. And shut up,
Whatever. All right, moving on. So the hot coffee topic is an article I saw on People. And do you guys remember the movie Shallow Hal?
Yep.
Okay, remember that movie Shallow Hal?
Mm-hmm.
It was with Gwyneth Paltrow and Jack Black. I think that's his name. I loved it, actually. I thought it was a good movie.
It was a cute movie, yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow's body double in that movie. So if you haven't watched it, I'll put it up right here. But it was basically like a movie where Jack Black was cursed by our guy. What's his guy? He was in it too, Tony Robbins.
Oh, was he?
Yes. He saw him in an elevator, and he like put a spell on him that he was only going to be able to see people for their inner beauty because he was very shallow of a person.
Oh.
And so he fell in love with Gwyneth Paltrow's character.
Yeah, yeah.
And he thought she was this gorgeous woman because he saw her inner beauty. But in reality, she was an obese woman.
Yeah.
And he didn't see that. Mm-hmm. So in the movie, there was Gwyneth Paltrow had a body double in it. And the body double came out and said that she nearly starved herself to death after filming that movie, that she developed an eating disorder.
Damn. Why? Because she saw herself on the screen and probably...
Because people came for her. Back then, it wasn't about body positivity. You got to understand. So people came for her. You're promoting obesity. You're a fat ass, blah, 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 after the movie.
What year was that? I don't remember.
It was in 2001. It's a
That
long
long
time
ago?
ago. Yeah.
Gee, 22 years ago. Wow.
Yep. So she actually did end up having an eating disorder and then getting a gastric bypass surgery to lose the weight. But then she almost died from gastric bypass surgery
Oh, wow.
with a complication.
And people think it's an easy surgery. It's not. Very invasive.
Yeah. But you know what's interesting is then I was doing some research on this particular story and I came across an interview with Gwyneth Paltrow, who came out and talked about this movie. It's her least favorite role that she's ever done.
Yeah.
She wore a fat suit in the movie for some of the scenes.
Oh, wow.
She said, and I quote, "The first day I tried on the fat suit, I was in the Tribeca Grand Hotel and I walked through the lobby and it was so sad. It was so disturbing. No one would make eye contact with me because I was obese. I was wearing a black shirt and a big snowman with a big snowman on it. And I felt humiliated because people were really dismissive."
So here's my opinion to that. Everybody's going to see things differently. When you see a large person or an obese person, for me, I don't want to make that person feel uncomfortable in any way. So I don't want to stare at them too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So maybe I don't make it. I see them, I'm aware, but I don't make eye contact because I know how they feel deep down. I've been that obese guy.
Yeah.
You've been there, so we
I
know. A lot of times you already feel shallow and you feel shit and you don't feel good.
I know. And you know what's interesting is this the girl? What's her name?
So my point is, I guess maybe people don't want to stare too much and make that person feel uncomfortable or even acknowledge. I don't know. Everybody's different.
And if you watch the movie, they did paint the stereotypical of what people would think an obese person's life is like. In the movie, she sits on a chair and it breaks, or she also ate large volumes of food and compulsively.
Yes.
It's a stereotype. If you
Yes.
see somebody that's obese, that does not mean that they are eating gallons of ice cream and laying in bed in a sea of pizza boxes. Weight can really creep up just by eating a little bit too much. If you just eat a little bit too much every single day over the course of 10 years, you're an obese person, grossly obese.
I always say it's the opposite of toilet paper sheets. Instead of it getting
Right.
thin, you're adding slowly
Yeah.
little layers of toilet paper. Before you know it, the roll grows
Yeah.
and you're like, how'd I get here?
So the movie painted a very stereotypical negative picture of what it was like to be obese in that regard, but they were also trying to have a good message behind the movie and seeing inner beauty and all of that.
Yeah,
But I just thought the whole thing was interesting and how Gwyneth Paltrow had that experience, and it's still a negative experience in her head to this day when she had to wear the fat suit.
I wonder if this movie was made today in 2023, what would be the reaction?
I don't think
Today.
it would fly today. I think it would be all sorts of problems
They
with
would
it.
come the opposite direction.
They would not. I just don't feel like. I don't think it would fly. But it was interesting because she is a thin person now, but it also goes to show you that the gastric bypass surgery, it's very invasive. I didn't realize that, but the people that get that surgery, they're at risk for the rest of their lives for a small bowel obstruction.
Can I be honest real quick while we're on this topic? And it came back to haunt me. And I remember my mother saying that I shouldn't say that in other people. I was a kind of a mean kid. I was skinny, so I talk shit, fat ass this, fat ass that. I'll never be a fat ass. Look at me, I work out, I'm skinny, I play basketball. I had this kind of attitude, like I looked at fat people lately. I talk shit to my own sisters. And the moral of the story is I was a skinny kid my whole life growing up. And eventually, even a skinny, athletic kid can become obese. So I'm living proof of that. And I was able to turn it around. So I apologize to anybody from years ago if I ever offended or hurt anybody.
Wow.
But that was a dickhead move as a kid.
Yeah, I don't think I was. I struggled. I was chubby. So no.
No, I was skinny all my life.
I was
Through high
chubby
school,
and struggled.
Middle school, skinny. I played basketball. I was athletic. I walked all over San Francisco. So I ate whatever I wanted to. I was active. A lot of neat calories.
My mom wanted a chubby baby, so she shoved me with food. And I remember starting to diet in, I don't know, 7th grade.
Yeah.
I started to already diet and try to lose weight because I've never felt small enough or whatever. So I was sensitive to it, I believe. I was not that skinny kid who could eat whatever she wanted. So never.
Don't throw rocks at a glass house because it could come back on you. And it came back on me. You know, I'm like, wow, I eventually became that. It can happen to anybody. It could be skinny. So people look at obese or heavy people like they've been like that their whole life. They're lazy. That's not true. It just happens. It just layers on over time. Drinking alcohol, not watching
Because
it sneaks up.
Sneaks up. It's
Creeps.
not. That's a stereo. That's why the
Creeps.
negative. The person, the actress who played in the movie or whatever, made that comment. Like that. That is not what my life was like. Breaking chairs. Obese people don't walk around a restaurant and break chairs and all of that. That was like almost poking fun of what.
Yes.
The stereotypical, like eating lots of food.
Yeah.
Because in the movie she eats a lot of food, and that's actually not the case.
Mm-mm.
All it takes to gain weight is to eat a little bit more than you need to be gaining weight.
And it'll, over time, months turn into years. Before you know, you're like, how did I get here? Easily. Anyone can get there.
Did you know, and in doing a little research, I also realized that Lisa Marie Presley, the results of her autopsy were she died of a small bowel obstruction.
No, I didn't know that.
A complication of gastric bypass.
She had gastric
Yes,
bypass?
she had gastric bypass the 6 months or a year before that. And what the autopsy revealed, that's what she died from.
They couldn't save her from that at all?
No, because if you don't know you have it, you just walk around with you have a stomach ache. The symptoms are mild until, it kills off your intestines. You get like necrotic and
wow, that's
she
sad.
died. And I think she did complain of severe stomach pain. Man. But I've had severe stomach pain. I don't think I'm dying.
No.
It's scary.
Bad stomach pain. Wow.
All right. Moving on to, let's do a little weight loss update. How are you doing on your journey?
I'm good.
You hit your new low this week.
Yeah, 173.5, like 8% body fat or 7.
That is
lower than that body fat. It goes up.
Yeah, it fluctuates.
Yeah,
but 173.5 is your lowest weight.
I haven't been this low as an adult. Let me tell you guys, over the age of 18, I've never been this light or this lean.
Let me ask you this. Over the course of the past 3 weeks, how much weight have you lost? So what were you 3 weeks ago?
180s.
In the 180s?
Low 180s, I think.
So you probably lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks? Probably.
I have to look at the scale. What I did a measurement a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I need to look. I need to find it.
I ate like
a lot. Yeah, you were. So going into that was 2 weeks ago though.
There was another time where I ate a lot. There was like 183 or something like that, or 185, and then I stripped it down to 179 just to show.
No, I know, but that's not what I'm asking. I don't want to know the elevated weight from your eating a lot. I want to know like what.
I don't know. I'd have to look in my app.
I was trying to figure out how much you lost since we started doing Mots-C.
Oh, I don't know, maybe 6 pounds.
I lost 6 pounds since we started doing Mots-C.
Yeah.
So my update is I'm down 6.2 pounds since July 30th.
That's good. That's super good.
But here's the thing, and a lot of people have asked, what's your take on Mots-C or whatever? So Mots-C, it is actually supposed to increase your expenditure. So it's supposed to ramp up your caloric burn from exercise or just your caloric burn at rest in general.
TDE.
So I kept my intake the same, my deficit the same, and I have my deficit set so that I lose about a pound a week, which is fine for me.
Yeah.
But I've been hitting my macros, hitting the mark, and I lost. And it didn't feel like it happened fast, but now since I have the data and I have been stepping on the scale, I was like, oh shit. So
it's nice to look back at the
data. It's 6.2 pounds as of yesterday's weight in almost exactly 3 weeks. It's been
you got me curious. I'm sure I can go on my app and look.
I don't know. Could that be the Mots that increase my expenditure, give me a bigger deficit?
It's possible.
Because I'm hitting my marks. I'm not under eating. What I do is I try to keep my total weekly calories at 10,500 because my maintenance calories is 14,000. I know that based on my current activity, I know that pretty well. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I can say my weight loss journey, trying to lose this 10-pound menopause weight, started about 4 to 6 weeks before I started taking the Mots-C. And although I didn't weigh myself back then, I lost some weight before I started the Mots-C. I could feel it.
Yeah.
I could feel it in my clothes. I could see it. I could feel it, but not 6 pounds.
You know your body.
I feel like the weight loss almost doubled though. So I think maybe in the first 6 weeks or so, I probably lost 4 pounds.
Yeah.
And then the next 3 weeks, I lost 6.2 pounds.
Crazy.
So I'm probably down about 10 pounds total.
Wow. Crazy.
But I'm back to. So where I am now is I'm like back to like my pre-menopause where I was comfortable, where I was maintaining for a long time.
Yeah.
But we're continuing the journey because
You're
I'm
not
trying to get
stopping this time.
Shredsville.
You're
No, I'm
to
trying to get
Shredsville.
shredded.
Me too.
I just want to see what a menopausal woman at almost 48 years old can do without doing anything extreme.
That's true.
I'm not doing anything
no
extreme.
Sorcery, no magic potion.
I don't have an extreme deficit for all the haters out there that think
snake oil.
you're under eating. No, I'm not actually. I'm actually not.
No.
I choose to have a higher calorie day on Saturday, so my calories during the week are a little bit lower. If I wanted to, I could instead eat like 1,600 calories every day. But I prefer to do 14 and then a high day.
That's what people don't understand. It's okay to go on pick a high day.
Yeah.
It'll just balance it all out. Like I'm on 2,400 macros every day. I'll be honest, probably on Saturday, this last Saturday, I probably threw down like 4,000 calories. No biggie. I knew what I'm going to do.
So that means because your
and then
deficit.
my weight came down slowly. It stalled. I gained 3 pounds of water and the other day, 173.5.
Yeah.
I dropped. And I've been eating. I dropped.
Yeah, you're still hitting your macros.
Yeah.
You didn't try to overcompensate for the overage and undereat or anything like that. That's when you get to this slippery slope.
People always try to think that I ate an extra 1,000 calories. Now I'm going to starve myself tomorrow and not feed the body the protein it needs. Don't do that.
No, it's not a good. That's just not a good practice.
Yeah.
Mentally.
I just like to fast a little longer Sunday. I don't like to eat later. That's it.
Yeah.
Do a 20-hour fast. 24, I feel like it, 20 hour, and let's get back to my macros. That's it.
Yeah. I don't do that. I don't fast. So I do bump up my calories. This week, I think I hit like 2,300, so 2,300. So my normal deficit calories is 1,400. So I added 900 extra calories on Saturday. Sunday, I just went right back to the 1,400. And then this week, I hit my new low.
And you dropped weight.
Yeah.
See, there you have it.
Yeah. So I'm just going to keep going. So now I lost that fluff that came out of nowhere with menopause.
You lost that grizzly bear weather, huh?
Yeah.
The hibernation weather.
But I'm not done. I'm going to keep going and just see how it goes. I don't really care about, like I said, what number the scale is, but I know I'm not.
You know what's funny?
I'm not.
Is women don't care. Again, I know we talked about it, but guys are so
No, women do care.
concerned.
What are you talking about?
Opposite, though. Guys, I got to feel like I'm 200 pounds, so I feel solid. What if you have to go under 200 pounds to get those abs to get lean? What if you got to go 190? I started thinking it. Who gives a shit about the weight on the scale, bro?
No, but women care. They want to see the lowest possible number.
I get that.
Yeah.
Guys are the opposite. They like prefer to be a number higher. And I want to feel full. I want to feel like a man.
Like I said, I'm taking back control of the scale. It's a data point.
It's a data point. It's a tool for us to use.
And it's like what you said earlier about doing hard things, like getting up early and now you know you can. And
yes.
Since I started doing those things, I just want to give up chips, or I'm going to wake up at 5 and I'm following through. It's like it builds up the power you have over things.
Yes.
So it makes you feel more in control.
Yes. Facts.
That's
what it is.
And it applies the same way in the scale. I just decide, you know what? Why do I care what the scale says? But I need to get on the scale because I want to see what's happening. I didn't get on the scale for a long time because I just convinced myself that I didn't need to get on the scale, which for a while it worked. But then slowly it started to creep up and I didn't know because I wasn't weighing myself.
Yeah.
And now I'm not afraid. I'll get on the scale right now after I eat. I'll get on the scale after a cheat day. I don't really care because now I'm just like charting. Now I'm just getting to know my body even more.
Yeah.
But it has to do with those other things. I gave up chips and I got control over that again. I gave up donuts for a while, got control over that.
Yeah.
Went into a donut shop last Friday for my dad's request, my favorite donut shop, and I didn't get a donut. I actually got a pastry that I enjoyed on Saturday. But it's just like a whole mindset shift that's giving me back control of lots of different things.
Yeah.
Being able to put the phone down.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
But speaking of weight loss journey and how things can get away and how things can creep up if you're not on top of it, I came across an old YouTube video that I filmed a year ago.
Oh boy.
A year and a half ago, actually. It's been about a year and a half.
A year and a half. Okay, good. That sounds better.
Yeah, a year and a half.
A year ago I looked like that?
It was before the holidays, so it was a year and a half. And Mike was in the background of the video, and you were significantly heavier. Like you let it really creep up. I'm going to put the picture up on the screen.
That's why it's a marathon. It's a journey.
Yeah. And now that I know the timing, this was in October. We had COVID in August, and that's when you lost control.
Oh, I went crazy during COVID. That was the first COVID.
Yeah,
right?
the first
Yes.
COVID. Yeah.
I went on a eating.
'Cause,
Dude, it made me so freaking
It made you
hungry.
hungry.
Dude, I always get mad, like, why can't I be one of those? That
I'm not
kills
either.
The appetite when I'm sick. Some people can't eat. I get hungry.
I'm not either. I had to count my calories
And
in
I
COVID.
discovered DoorDash and went crazy. And look at the result.
That's what happened. Someone
Dude.
set you up with DoorDash, and it was over from
I
there.
got lazy.
So, anyways, things are going good. I have to say, I'm impressed with the amount of weight I lost in 3 weeks without doing anything different than the previous time. It has to be the Mots-C effectiveness. I also just restarted Berberine. I took a month off, so I did 2 bottles. Then I took a month off because it's good to cycle off of that. And I do notice that Berberine just really helps control my appetite. It really does help.
Yeah.
I notice a difference when I take it versus when I don't. So right now I'm back on Berberine, which is helping a lot. I'm just hitting my macros. When people want to go like, what are you doing? I'm just 100%
You know why?
hitting my
People
macros.
are always looking for this magic
Yeah.
fucking answer, this magical, like this secret formula. No, there is a formula to it, yes.
Yeah.
But you have to follow your program. Stop falling off and then you blame the world. You
I
know what
mean, do I think that the Mots is helping? Yes. But let's just say my belief is if I hadn't been taking the Mots, my weight loss would probably be around 3 to 4 pounds instead of 6.2 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's helping. And that's significant enough for, I'm good with that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the Berberine is just helping me to stay in my deficit. When someone comes to me and they're like, I took Berberine, it didn't help. I'm like, oh, were you tracking macros? No, I just took Berberine. It's not going to stop you from eating.
People think like it's a magic pill.
Yeah.
Things are magic, but put the fork down, you guys. You're doing it to yourselves. Stop. No one's doing
I mean,
it
you're
to you but
guessing. Too
yourselves.
much guessing. It's like the Sandra
Yes.
Bullock meme I
Yeah.
sent to you with her blindfold on trying to do.
Everybody.
Trying to do
Everybody. I
macros.
talk to all my boys that think they got it down. Show me. Listen, let's see if you look different in a month. Nope, they don't. Some even gain weight. Like I told you, man, you can't guess. You guys put your fucking ego and pride down. Talk to somebody who's a professional.
You can't. So how am I doing it? 3,500 calorie weekly deficit.
Yeah.
I'm taking Berberine along with all my other supplements. I'm hitting my commitment to exercise and steps. I'm taking the Mots-C to help boost my results a little bit. And I have also significantly upped my magnesium, which I feel like is helping with my sleep a lot and my mental clarity. So that's all the things that I've been doing. It's not a secret. I don't gatekeep anything. I'm not being like Erica Jane. Oh, I lost this weight. It's menopause.
Or look at this secret can of magic potion. I'm taking this, you guys.
Yeah.
Buy this from me that I'm selling, this snake oil.
Yeah.
Man, there's too
So
much
like
of
the
that going on.
Mots-C by itself, without me tracking macros, do I think it would end up in results? No, because I would probably eat back those extra calories that it was helping me to burn without boundaries because I have a large appetite. And that's the truth.
How have your workouts been?
Good.
Feel
I just
strong?
I feel
Even losing the weight, you
energized
feel strong?
in general. Obviously my sleep is better.
Good.
I feel energized. No, I don't feel depleted. I don't feel
Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't feel like, oh,
No.
I'm losing weight. I feel weak and depleted. Like, not people lose weight and they feel weak or depleted. I'm like,
Yeah,
under
they're
eating. You're
under
starving
too
your body.
much of a deficit.
Yes.
Too much of a caloric deficit. Now,
Facts.
hey, if my body is burning fast, that's great, but my intake is not super low. 10,500 calories a week for me, that's not super low. My maintenance is 14,000. If I were to just eat 2,000 calories a day and keep my activity exactly what it currently is, I wouldn't gain or lose. I would stay the same.
Yeah. Every I asked you, I go, babe, when do you think that I should start dropping my macros? Because I'm at 2,400. You go, don't touch it. Leave it because you're
Yeah.
dropping weight still. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely
No.
not.
That's a mistake people
make
make,
a
that's
huge
why.
mistake.
All
They
of a sudden-
constantly feel like they need to change something. No, if what you are doing is working,
Keep it working.
it's sometimes as a coach and in a check-in, my check-in will be like, all right, it's looking great. Just keep doing what you're doing. And it's almost like I feel bad sometimes that they're thinking like, that's not that much value. You're not giving me any value. You're not giving me any special tip. But yeah, the tip is keep going because you're on the right track. You found the sweet spot.
You did.
Sometimes
That's
it takes months to find the sweet spot
Yes.
to where you've figured it out. And
Everybody's body is different, man. That's the thing.
so
We're all
like right
different.
now you've got the sweet spot, and
Yeah.
until that stalls out, there's no reason to change anything.
Yeah.
Save the changes for when you need the changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you need to have some tools in your back pocket that you can go to. If right now you are losing weight and it's working for you and you're happy, don't necessarily look to add more things. don't go do the Mots-C. Don't add in berberine. You're losing weight right now. Save that tool.
Yeah.
Save it for when you get to a point where you hit a wall.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit, I hit a wall, haven't lost weight in 3 weeks. I'm still not at my goal. Okay, let me try the berberine, or let me try a peptide. Save those tools. Don't use everything right out the gate, because then you're not going to have anything to turn to when things like stall out.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to finish with some gimmicks. And I just want to make sure you guys avoid these gimmicks, some weight loss gimmicks that do not work. Apps, I came across, there's a new feature that a lot of apps do where you scan or you take a picture of your plate of food and it'll automatically track the macros based off of the picture. So
what's wrong
absolutely
with this picture?
not.
Break it down. What's wrong with that picture?
That is ridiculous.
It is stupid.
How the heck is an app going to know if I have oil or butter on there?
Yes. How much butter you put in there? How much olive oil you use to cook the food?
How are they going to know how thick the piece of chicken is?
How about if there's sauce in your meal? How do they know?
How do they know how many mLs of dressing is in that salad?
Milliliters.
I couldn't believe it. And so a lot of people, like, that's how they're tracking. They actually take a picture of their food. That is
what my boys do, babe, they'll be like, oh, I ate a super burrito, so I'm going to put it in my fitness pal. I ate a super burrito. I'm like, bro.
And they'll just, you know what a lot of people do? Okay.
Dude.
I know you're probably out there that do this. 100%. I know it. So you're in my fitness pal and you search for something, say like a burrito, and you'll see 100 burritos will come up. You'll scroll and find the one that like is the most calorie friendly. Yes. Oh yeah, I'm going to log that one.
Yes. But we've come to a conclusion because we've done it. We did the Chipotle. Measure how much we think the wolves are.
Yeah.
And they're like double of what their calories say. They're liars because they don't measure. They don't have a scale. They don't know how much they're putting in.
They don't know.
People want to just keep cheating the goddamn game. I don't know what it is with humans. They want complications instead of simple. But you got to do some work.
I know. I feel like people will reach out to me like, oh my gosh, I saw Mike's results. What do you have him doing? I'm like, dude, macros.
Yes.
But the difference is he's actually hitting his macros.
There you go.
That's it. And I want to make something really clear here before we end. And that is, if you look at him and go, oh, it's because he works out, yada, yada, yada. He does this, that, and the other. But his macros are based off of that. If he didn't, we would just adjust his macros.
I've always worked out that way, though.
But what I'm trying to explain is it's not, you can get results without as much exercise, but your intake would have to be adjusted accordingly. I had someone even reach out to me saying, oh, that's a lot of exercise. So do I have to exercise like that in order to lose weight? Because I said what I do. I do 3 weightlifting sessions, 3 Orange Theory sessions a week. I work out 6 days a week. Yeah, and I walk, but that's just my movement. Yes. That's not exercise. That's just my movement making up for my sedentary job.
Yep.
But I explained no, because my macros are based off of that. So my deficit macros would just be less if my activity was lower. It doesn't mean that I couldn't lose weight.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's funny though.
So because your macros are pretty high. And you're losing at a pretty, if you factor in what your weekend calories are and everything, your macros are
if you add it all in.
A deficit macros are about 2,800 a day average. And that's still yielding you about 2 pounds of fat loss per week.
That's crazy, right?
That's because you are so active. Yeah. Some other Joe Schmo who comes to me and he wants macros. He wants 2 pounds of weight loss a week. So we have to establish a 7,000 deficit. But he tells me I work out only 3 days per week for an hour. Maybe his macros are going to be like 1,800.
True.
Do you see the difference?
Yes.
So yes, you can still make it work. You have to be able to just adhere to what you commit to.
Yep.
That's the secret sauce.
That's it.
So when someone says, oh, how's Mike getting results? Because he's following his macros, and he's hitting his commitment to movement that his macros are based off of. Facts. There's no secrets.
There's no gimmicky stuff. I take creatine, vitamins.
He's doing the Mots-C also, but he lost weight before that.
Yeah.
It's not a secret. It's not magical.
But people in the fitness industry make things complicated and make it like it's a secret. It's not. It's simpler than you guys know. It just takes the time.
But it does take following it and getting the right numbers for you. And I feel like a lot of people, for whatever reason, they want to try everything else before they want to pay a coach to know for sure.
Yes.
Like for me personally, I don't want to do all these different things and calculations to try to figure out what my macros are and then do trial and error for 2 to 3 months to figure out what the right ones. I rather just go with someone who's going to 9 times out of 10 get it right the first try.
Yep.
Give me the macros I need to follow, and all I need to do is follow that, and I'm going to reach my goals. Like, hell yeah.
The 2 diets before this, I had success with your coach, Matt.
Yeah.
He put me on a program because I wanted success because I followed it. I'm not saying anything's better. But for me, this one's the best because I have freedom to eat things that I love.
Yeah.
I'm not restricted. I can eat rice, pastas. I've showed you guys spaghettis, big bowls of spaghetti, but it is tracked. It's not guessing. That's the difference.
That's the difference. So when you see him eating those things,
yes,
it's tracked and it's fitting within his macros. Yep. It's not that he's just like having a free moment and not fitting them. No. It's fitting within the macros. So don't fall for the gimmicks, the apps to scan your food, the devices that you breathe into that tell you what you're burning. And, you're burning fat right now. You can eat some carbs, or you're burning carbs. I'm not even going to name the brand, but they've approached me so many different times already because they want me to promote their product. They want to send it to me for free. They want to do a sponsored post. I'm like, no, lose my number, lose my email. Absolutely not. That is a bunch of bullshit.
What, a breathing device?
Yes.
Wow. No.
Okay. And also complicated diets that promote this is a special diet based on your DNA. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
That's all bullshit too. Sometimes companies try to make something sound very complicated so that it sounds valuable and you'll pay more for it.
Yes.
So you don't need a special diet for your DNA. I also recently saw that there's a supplement out there being marketed that everyone's saying it's called Glow, I think, or something like that. Or people are saying, oh, you lose all this weight, blah, blah, blah. It's like an Ozempic, but it's much cheaper. I looked at the ingredients. It's basically like proprietary blend plus berberine. So just save yourself the money on that and just get berberine on Amazon. It's cheaper than signing up for this program, and then you get this medication that it's basically berberine.
That these companies prey on desperate people.
The gimmicks sound cool.
They do.
But they're just it's not necessary. Stop overcomplicating it for yourself. Another one that just bothers me a little bit just because it's an overcomplicated diet that's not necessary is carb cycling.
Oh,
carb cycling is designed for like endurance athletes.
Yes. Bodybuilders use carb cycling because I've done it.
Because you're playing with how much water your body holds.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary for fat loss. Nope. It's just a way for companies to make their service sound more valuable so that you will spend more money on it.
Yes, they make it sound make it sound fancy. It's just snake oil.
Yeah, it's just snake oil or manipulation.
There you go.
Manipulating when people just are so desperate for a solution.
That's what it is.
And so they're willing to...
And I'm here to tell you, I eat everything under the sun. But again, I watch what I'm eating. I enjoy all my foods.
Yes. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys on Monday.
See you on Monday. Have a good weekend.